In June of 2013, an 18-year-old high school graduate from Madison County, Kentucky, sent a flurry of frantic text messages in the middle of the night. She was stranded, terrified, and begging for a ride home. Hours later, the house she was at was set on fire, but she wasn't inside. Her shoes and her purse were left sitting on the front porch. Brookelyn Farthing had vanished into thin air. Welcome back to Kentucky Cold. I'm Courtney, a criminal justice major, and today we're diving deep into one of the most haunting active cold cases in Madison County, Kentucky history. For over a decade, Brooklyn's family has fought relentlessly for answers, refusing to let her name be forgotten. If you want to help keep the spotlight on unsolved Kentucky cases, please subscribe so we can amplify these stories together. Now, to understand what happened to Brooklyn, we have to look at the timeline of a summer night where everything went wrong. It was a Friday night. 18-year-old Brooklyn attended a house party in Madison County, and by all accounts, she was having a great time. But later in the evening, an argument broke out between Brooklyn and her ride. Left without a ride, Brooklyn needed a place to stay. A man she knew offered her a couch at his home, and she accepted, expecting a safe place to sleep. But as the partygoers dispersed, Brooklyn was left alone and scared in that house. And that's when the terrifying text messages began. Between 2 and 4 a.m., Brooklyn's phone became a lifeline of panic. She messaged an ex stating that she was scared and desperately needed him to pick her up. Unfortunately, he was at work and couldn't pick her up until later in the morning. Then at 5:30 a.m., a final text message was sent from Brooklyn's phone. It claimed that she was leaving the home on Dillon Court, where she had accepted the couch to sleep on, to go to another party in neighboring Rockcastle County. But investigators and Brooklyn's family don't believe that she wrote that text. The grammar was wrong. The phrasing wasn't hers. They believe someone else was holding her phone. Just 1 hour after that suspicious final text message, a fire was reported at the Dillon Court home. The source? A suspicious fire originating right on the couch where Brooklyn was supposed to be sleeping. When volunteer firefighters and police arrived, the homeowner claimed he had left the house earlier to check on his horses, returning to find the fire. But it's what was left outside the house that changed everything. Brooklyn's cowboy boots, the ones she wore everywhere, were left on the porch. Her purse was there too. Brooklyn was a teenager who never went without her belongings, yet she was nowhere to be found. The Kentucky State Police launched a massive investigation. They combed the property, interviewed party attendees, and searched the surrounding woods. Over the years, the homeowner was jailed on completely unrelated charges. Pretty bad ones, but unrelated. But to this day, police have never officially named him or anyone else a suspect in Brooklyn's disappearance. The case sits in a frustrating limbo. People in Madison County, they know something. secrets are being kept in these small towns, and Brooklyn's mother has spent years pleading for just one person to break their silence. Brookelyn Farthing would be in her early 30s today. And to my knowledge, there is currently a $14,000 reward for any information leading to her whereabouts or an arrest. If you know anything about the events on Dillon Court on June 22nd, 2013, please do the right thing. Contact the Kentucky State Police Richmond Post. Let's bring Brooklyn home and give her family the justice that they deserve. I don't know why, but it took me a while to make this video. I think because it's one that I remember hearing about when it happened. And I just wanted to get it right. I feel with everything in me that the homeowner on Dillon Court, he knows exactly what happened. Either he did it or he was involved in it. But he knows where Brooklyn is. He knows what happened to her. But he's not saying. And it's sad. I've been to Madison County. It's not a huge place. And it's hard for me to believe that something like this can happen in a place like that and nobody know anything. I hope that doing this video puts her story back out there and maybe somebody will come forward with something, or I don't know. I'd like to hear one day that the case was solved, that Brooklyn was found, those responsible were charged. I have a lot of questions around her case and the homeowner. I remember hearing that her phone last pinged around, I think it was Paint Lick, maybe. So I kind of want to look into, how long does it take to get from Dillon Court to where her phone last pinged and back. Would the homeowner have had enough time to go out there and do whatever it was that he did? Make it back home. Start a fire. And then go tend to his horses. Or could he have had somebody else come and start the fire while he was on his way back? So that whatever he said about the fire, he technically didn't lie about. He wasn't there. He didn't do it. He came home to it. I just want to know more. And I hope that someday there's a break in this case. But thank you for watching. Keep looking for answers. And I'll see you on the next case. Bye.